So I was in NYC farming some dust devils and putting the Caduceus through its paces. Stream live, by the way. Stop by if you feel so inclined. This was a warm-up session before trying realism mode with a hardcore agent. I had no intentions of build crafting or reviewing a weapon. I was just there to get some keys and improve my fashion game. That is, until I noticed that the Caduceus, with a high enough rate of fire, can outpace an elite when in the middle of a gunfight. This gave me a light bulb moment. What if I dust off my Harrier pride and take it out of the stash? It offers a pretty decent damage reduction and can give a pretty decent damage buff in return. So I gave it a shot and, well, just look at the footage. Bro, put that sassy leg away, man. That is beneath you. Oh, sir. You have quite the explosive personality.
Are preparing a two-pronged assault.
So it's safe to say that I was shooketh to my core once I saw this. The way the Harrier Pride works is that it builds stacks of damage resistance every 3 times you get hit. 0.5% to be exact, totaling 40% damage resistance when it hits max stacks, that being 80. The same applies when killing a target or hitting a target 3 times. Gain 0.5% weapon damage, totaling 40% when at max. Once you hit 80 total stacks, the buffs reset, but not without giving a separate buff based on the number of stacks you had at the time. This remains active until you hit 80 total stacks again. For example, say you reached 70 weapon stacks, then got hit enough to get 10 damage resistance stacks. You'll now have a 35% weapon damage buff and a 5% damage resistance until you hit 80 total stacks again. I use this example specifically because this is often the scenario I'd find myself in whenever I use this backpack. Because I spend so much of this game trying not to get hit, I usually hit 80 stacks in weapon damage alone, resulting in a near-permanent damage buff, but no damage resistance. Add to the fact that most enemies in heroic difficulty are capable of melting your armor like nacho cheese, and the cons begin to outweigh the pros. The damage gain from the backpack can be offset by picking a weapon with a strong damage talent, i.e. Killer, Frenzy, or the like, and there are other exotics that give more reliable damage resistance. Looking at you, Memento. That and the Bloodsucker talent also exists. You know, gain bonus armor after a kill for 10 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. So as much as I like the idea behind it, it went in the stash. That is, until recently. Dang, y'all got up here fast. Okay, I guess I'll just wait. Yeah, it looks like I just wait. Okay, yep. Dang, y'all need to start working for Grubhub. I didn't even have to think about it, and y'all just showed up.
Supply drop detected.
So, there isn't much to how Caduceus works. Critical damage dealt by the weapon will return 3% of that damage as armor to you and your allies. By itself, it's pretty strong. There were a few moments already where that gun saved my bacon in the middle of a gunfight. So this is where my light bulb moment came in. If the Caduceus can keep me on my feet long enough, I can finally get that damage resistance buff from the Harrier Pride and dip my toe into some bonus damage along with it. And for the most part, this worked as intended. The Caduceus' healing is just quick enough to keep you on your feet and collect some meaningful damage resistance stacks. This pairing absolutely shines when your damage resistance is at its highest. I'll stop short of saying that you're unkillable, but it'll definitely feel like it once you see it in action. Now, it is worth stating that this pairing falls apart when you're getting team shot by 3 or more baddies. But in all reality, there aren't many builds out there that'll hold up that kind of damage anyway, so good positioning and map awareness will still apply here. So, one more thing worth mentioning. The build I'm using is a high-end build. 3 pieces of unit alloys, 1 piece of Fenris, and the Fox's Prayer named Gloves, along with the Harrier Pride, of course. And it has a critical hit chance of just under 49% and 120% critical hit damage. The Caduceus has a low rate of fire, so I paired it with the Salvo holster. The high-quality munitions from this season also buff the rate of fire, so keep that in mind once this season is over. I plan on pairing the two with Striker next season to offset this. Give this pairing a try and let me know how you like it. Until next time, agents, I'll see you in DC.